Hello and welcome to my month of August wrapped. So I'm here to talk about the books that I read in August. Not all of the books because I read a lot, just the ones that are 4 stars and up. But let's look at some statistics first, shall we? So this month I did have a massive health flare up. My thyroid is still on the fritz, so my voice sounds weird. That is why. But that means that because I had a lot of bed rotting, I got a lot of reading done. So in the month of August, I did read a total of 66 books. 16 of those were DNFs, so I read 50 books in full. But as I said, this month I will no longer be talking about DNFs in the individual reading vlogs. I will be surmising all of them in one video at the end of the month. So that way, whenever you watch a reading vlog, you know that I've read all of those books in full and you will hear my full reviews on those. Out of all the books that I read, 2 were in audio format. I read a total of 14,526 pages, which is around 484 pages per day. So once again, more than usual because I had so much downtime thanks to chronic illness. The main genres I read, so the top 5 genres I read were litfic, which is surprising that that's gone to number 1, but that has a lot to do with what came in at the library. Fantasy, queer, sci-fi, and horror. As usual, I read through all the genres, but those were the ones that had the most books. When it comes to my best books, there was a total of 12, so not a lot fantastic reads this month, which sucks. But that's because I was also forcing myself to read books in full for certain videos in which if I wasn't doing that, I would have DNF'd them. Absolutely. But like, that's what happens when I force myself to read through books that I know are going to be 3 stars or less. You get less top rated books at the end of the month. Out of my top books though, the main genres were fantasy, sci-fi, litfic, and there was 1 romance. So fantasy does seem to deliver the most 5-star books for me. And surprisingly, sci-fi is really coming up the ranks. I'm getting more into sci-fi again. But let's now talk about the books that I rated highly this month, and I'll let you know which one was my favorite. Before that though, my favorite cover was The Collection by Nana Leisure. I just really vibe with this. I think it's simple and stunning and eye-catching, and I love the rose petal cover. But this was the Book of Dicks, and I did not enjoy it, so I will not be keeping it. I'll be doing a giveaway for my birthday this year, and this will be one of the options of the books that you can select to get. But yes, still beautiful, beautiful cover. Contents, not to my liking. Meow meow. Meow meow. Hello. What have you come to tell me? Sorry, Bluebell's very distracting right now. She's being very cute. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So we've got the book Dreadful by Caitlin Rozakis, and I gave this a 4 stars. Former mediocre Dark Lord wakes up with 0 memories and cringes at his former self's life choices. He decides to foil whatever evil plans he's currently a part of and become a new, slightly morally grey man. If he also falls for a feisty plain princess along the way, yay. This was a fun, tamer, cozier, and reversed version of how to become a Dark Lord or die trying. I'll pass on the Lark Skull pie though. Oh my god, bro. Thanks, I need that. I need that book. We have On Earth as It Is on Television by Emily Jane. I gave this book a 4.5 stars. Friendly Independence Day meets Mork, but make it meerkatish aliens who love plastic, bacon, and telepathic cats. This ended up being fun. I felt like Heather's point of view was unnecessary, and I wasn't sure where it was going for most of it, but in the end, I found it endearing. Honestly, the cats stole the show for me. Then I read The Love of My Afterlife by Kirsty Greenwood, and I gave this one a 4.25. So this was the last month too of me doing quarter ratings. She died just as she lived, alone, perplexed, wearing something a bit shit. Afterlife of the Party, the movie, meets The Dead Romantics. Lonely girl chokes on a burger and wakes up in the afterlife. She's given 1 chance to live again. Get her soulmate to kiss her in 10 days. Having previously been an introvert with no friends, she finds herself collecting an odd group of people to help her get that guy. It's got a ton of romance tropes and other themes like bullying, grief, shitty mums, depression, etc. It was cute and quirky and totally predictable, but still a good time. Meow meow. And then we've got Open Throat by Henry Hoke. and I gave this 5 stars, and I would say that this was my favorite read of the month. Thoughtful mountain lion overhears human conversations in LA. Social commentary written beautifully. This mountain lion stole my heart, bro. He has my sword, my bow, and my axe. Beautiful book, even more beautiful kitty. Meow. Then we have Boulder by Eva Baltasar, and the translator is BRGB and Medixel Hernando Marsal. I gave this one a 4 stars. Sapphic couple and the course of their relationship. This is all about the writing. It sparkles. The beginning was slow, but once the pregnancy started, I really enjoyed it. The characters are unlikable, but the way the author encapsulates everything is masterful. So many great sentences. And then we've got The Wren in the Holy Library by K.A. Linder. I gave this one 4.5 stars. Skilled thief tries to steal from a bibliophile monster and gets more than she bargained for. Urban fantasy buy Beauty and the Beast, but make it Celtic mythology with sex. Main couple are very reminiscent of Feyre and Rhysand, with an identical pretend to be my pet while wearing something skimpy scene. It's not amazing literature, but I had a fun time. And then we've got The Butcher and the Forest by Premi Mohammed, and I gave this one a 4.25 stars. Hansel and Gretel meets Pan's Labyrinth. Incredibly atmospheric quest into the creepy, violent woods to rescue 2 royal children. The main character was amazing, but the ending left me feeling the story wasn't done. Then we've got Le Fay by Sophie Keach, which I gave a 4.5 stars. This was also my Wild Ones book club book. Morgan Le Fay's villain origin story. I was hoping Morgan was going to spill blood and wreak vengeance in this, but it seems we will still have to wait a bit longer. Loved the love story. Left me in tears. And if you watched that vlog, you'll know I was crying a lot. Then we have The Book of Doors by Tim Pratt, which was also the only other 5-star of the month. Pacifist dude wakes up in a new world every time he falls asleep. Along the way, he assembles a nifty survival bag, some friends, and a megalomaniac arch nemesis. This was fast-paced, exciting, and at times profound. The plant lady Minna is fucking badass and extremely wise. The only gripe is the plot device of a character having Batman morality, and that morality biting him and multiple worlds in the ass repeatedly. As our beloved Minna said, sometimes weeds have to be pulled. And the final stellar read of this month is The Wall by Marlene Haushofer, translated by Sean Whiteside. I gave this book a 4.5 stars. Woman and her animal friends living in a mountain hut in Austria. The hills are alive, but to the best of her knowledge, she's the only human still alive. This was both calming and anxiety-inducing. I felt like it could have been cut down a little bit, as sometimes it started to feel drawn out and repetitive, and it ended without truly satisfying my need to find out how it all ends. But otherwise, a really well-done dystopian novel about surviving and caring for others. If you like I Who Have Never Known Men, but want something less violent and more familiar, try this. Those were the best books that I read in the month of August. I have good feelings for September. I'm doing a lot of themed videos in September though, so sometimes that can bite me in the ass, but fingers crossed, I find some gems that just really appeal to my personal particular reading tastes. I've also started trying my hands at doing little shorts about read this if you like this, to help people find books that are to their tastes. But until next time, stay wild, Star Child.